Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay guys, in these times I need to talk to you about various type of research, and before we begin I need you to be relaxed first, because this is just a general knowledge, general knowledge of each type of research, so in here I will only focus on the general knowledge about the research, general definition, and a little elaboration on that, and give example, just like every type of research. And because there are so many types of research, then I will make this into two parts, and this is the first part, and the second part I will talk in the other video. Okay, let's check this out. What is research? Systematic, rigorous investigation of a situation or problem in order to generate new knowledge. Systematic investigation, but it is systematic. Situation or problem in order to generate new knowledge, or validate existing knowledge, validating existing knowledge, or new knowledge, or validating existing knowledge, but it must be systematic. Okay, next, types of research. There are many types. Here, the types is here. There are many types. Yeah, and I will explain it in two videos. This is the first video. Okay, first we talk about applied research. Okay, applied research. It refers to scientific study and research that seeks to solve practical problems, which is need to be practiced. Applied research is used to find solution to everyday problems in society, for example, in the class, for example, everyday problem, cure illness, and develop innovative technology. Applied research rather than acquire knowledge for knowledge sake. So, applicative. The result of this research must be applicative, useful for society. Okay. In here, it usually investigates improve agricultural crop production, treat, cure a specific disease, improve the energy of homes, office, or modes of transportation. What about improving students' knowledge? Is it applied research? I think improving students' knowledge, it depends on the other variable. For example, if we use the variables improving students' knowledge by using by using a kind of book, for example, of a kind of recording audio, and it is applied research, because it is real, and it can be, and it is applicable directly. But if improving students' knowledge using a certain kind of method of teaching, then it is not applied research. Okay, then you can make a difference. Next is basic research. Basic research. Okay, research is driven by a scientist. Curiosity. Curious first. Curious want to know and conducted a research on investigation. Curious and interested in a scientific question. The main motivation is to expand man's knowledge. Okay? The motivation here is to expand man's knowledge, to get knowledge, not create or invent something, not creating a thing or inventing things, goods, things to it. No, this is basic research to add the understanding. So it's directed to personal mentality. Personal mentality, personal knowledge, society knowledge, society psychological condition. So knowledge here is abstract things, and create something or invent something here is a concrete things. For example, machine, for example, computer. But knowledge is abstract mentally. For example, the basic science investigation probe for answer this kind of how did the universe became a crazy, what is it, crazy question, a crazy research, yeah. And what are protons, neutrons, electrons, yeah. How do slime molds reproduce? What is the specific genetic code of the fruit fly? In the classroom, we can apply this example by improving students' motivation, for example, or how to find out the reason why students become motivated or not. Yeah. I hope you understand this. Then we will get to the next topic, the next type of research. Okay, is correlational research. Correlational research refers to the systematic investigation or statistical study of relationship among two or more variables without necessarily determining cause and effect. Yeah. Systematic investigation, statistical study, relationship among two or more variables. Statistical. Correlation also, it has correlation or not. Just like we have in quantitative, usually it use quantitative approach. It seeks to establish a relation, association, correlation between two or more variables that do not readily lend themselves to experimental manipulation. Yeah, for example, to test hypothesis, listening to music lowers blood pressure level. There are two ways of conducting research: experimental, group samples, survey. This is, or we can use it all. This is the advantages of correlational research, and this is the disadvantages. Can collect much information from any subject. Can study wide range of variables. Study variables that are not easily produced. Correlation does not indicate causation, cause and effect. Yeah. And the disadvantages, other disadvantages, that problem with self-report method. Yeah. However, this is a kind of large disadvantages. How to conducting the report, well, it is difficult, but it is possible. So usually researchers form a team to conduct this research. Form a team because the data collected is very large, for example, or many data, many variables. Then next, descriptive research. Descriptive research refers to research that provides an accurate portrayal of characteristics of a particular individual, situation, or group. Descriptive research, also known as statistical research. The study means discovering new meaning, describing what exists, determining new frequency which something occurs, and categorizing information. Yeah, usually it's in the form of statistical, but if we can conduct it in the form of qualitative, in the form of paragraph, by words. And usually, descriptive research is conducted to describe something, describe situation of a group or society or individual. This descriptive research do not give solution. It's only describe, and that is the limitation. Describe, and that is all. But our description must be comprehensive, must be we should put our full responsibility to our description. It must be true. Nggak boleh deskripsi yang tidak bisa dipertanggungjawabkan, nggak boleh. In short, descriptive research deal with everything that can be counted and studied, which has an impact of the life of the people deal with. Impact of the life. Well, although this is a description research, it sometimes has an effect. The impact. How far is the impact to the people, for example? It can be known by other research. It can be known by others' research, not in descriptive. We cannot analyze the impact here in descriptive study. Okay. The advantages. People, individual studied are unaware, so they act naturally or as they usually do in everyday situation. It is less expensive and time-consuming than quantitative experiment. Collects large amount of notes for detailed studying. Yeah. As it is used to describe and not to make any conclusion. Only describe, not make conclusion. It is to start and to research with it. The disadvantages. Descriptive research requires more skills. Although it is only a descriptive thing, but seems difficult because it have to be very, very detailed and true. Descriptive research requires more skills. Does not identify cause behind the phenomenon. Does not identify the cause. Response rate is low in this research. Result of the research can change over the period of time. I think this is interesting. It is not, although this is a description, but it is not easy because there are some standardized descriptive research like this one. This is the standardized result of descriptive research. So, ethnographic research for the next. What is it? Refer to investigation of a culture through an in-depth study of the member of the culture. It involves the systematic collection, description, and analysis of data for development and theories of cultural behavior. Usually to investigate the culture. What do you think about culture itself? Is it only in society? No. In a unit, it's also a culture. So culture is a certain behavior that is conducted by in a kind of society. Okay, and it studies people, ethnic groups, and others ethnic formations. Data collection is often done through participant observation, interview, questionnaire. Yeah, it depends on the needs of the study. And then the purpose of ethnographic research is to attempt to understand what is happening naturally in the setting and to interpret the data gathered. Okay, for example, usually as a teacher usually wants to investigate the frequency of students late in the class. The frequency of students late. Jadi dalam satu minggu ada students late itu berapa, and why they are late. It can be studied here why they are late, and we can put another variable just like methodology, for example, to make them not to coming late. Okay, next, experimental research. Experimental research is an objective, systematic, controlled investigation for the purpose of predicting and controlling phenomena and examining probability and causality among the selected variables. Experimental research. Advantages, yeah, so it's just like usually I have explained in the previous chapter about experimental and quasi-experimental research in detail. Next, explanatory research is a type of research conducted for a problem that has not been clearly defined. There is a problem and the problem has not been clearly defined, and explanatory research here helps determine the best research design, data collection method, and selection of subject. Here, the researchers want to find out some kind of criteria in a term, usually the problem, for example, about the scientific knowledge that has not been founded or has not been clearly defined. For example, penjelasannya masih kurang in society gitu. And then the researchers want to add the knowledge because he or she does not feel satisfied with the current knowledge exists. So the researchers do the exploratory research. Explore. The result of the exploratory research are not usually useful for decision making by themselves, but they can provide significant insight. Then, exploratory research is not typical generalizable to the population in large. Exploratory research can be quite informal, relying on secondary research. Exploratory research can be quite informal. Ya kan, bisa explore kemana-mana. Informal bisa. But in here, how to make a report about explanatory research? How to make a report? The report should be made in a formal way, just like in chapter 1, the format. Okay, we will continue our discussion in chapter 2, in the second video.